Today, the 3rd of July 2014, under the umbrella of the European Movement Ireland, in the elegant Italian Room in Government Buildings, Dublin, the Italian ambassador to Ireland, Giovanni Adorni Braccesi, presented to a packed audience the EU-Italian semester programme started on the 1st of July. The ambassador spoke of the main priorities of Italy's 6 months EU presidency, headed by the Prime Minister Matteo Renzi.
Good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen. Good afternoon. Good afternoon, distinguished guests, deputies, senators, your excellencies. Delighted to see so many of you here this afternoon. And I think what is probably the second day of summer in Ireland. So, Ambassador, I'm sorry. We are very grateful to the Taoiseach and indeed his officials in the department here and the Minister for European Affairs for so kindly hosting us. We really couldn't miss the opportunity to have our Italian presidency briefing here in the auspicious surroundings of the Italian Room in the department. So, without further ado, I would like to invite the Italian ambassador to address you. Thank you.
Thank you. In fact, I was very lucky. I just arrived on the 15th of January, and so the winter was shorter. But I want to thank very much the European movement and congratulate the movement for its 60th anniversary. So the movement has almost the age of what is now the European Union, and congratulations. I want to thank also Chairman Dominic Hannigan for his presence, and of course the Department of the Taoiseach for giving me the opportunity to speak about the Italian semester of the European Union presidency here in the Italian Room, which make it much more comfortable for me. And I will illustrate you our program, and I thank you very much for your attention. But first, I would like to say a few words about what has recently happened and is going on in my country. As you know, after the resignation of Mr. Silvio Berlusconi from the government in 2011, we had 3 different governments. The one of Professor Monti, the one run by Mr. Enrico Letta, and now Mr. Matteo Renzi is our new Prime Minister. In a few words, Italy will implement its own policies and reforms and will do its utmost during its presidency to give its impetus to the European Union and European institutions. As Prime Minister Renzi said, Europe must rediscover its own soul and not only talk about the size of the hooks of the fishes to fish in the Mediterranean Sea, but to have a very important look with all the unemployed in Europe, and also to see that in the Mediterranean there are hundreds, if not thousands, of people who are drowning. The pact, we agreed, he said, is on stability and growth. And we will stick to stability, but we have to focus on growth. Those were his words. In our view, this semester will be not a transitional period, but a job-friendly Europe and an economical growth. A European Union, an era of democracy, rights and freedom, and a global role of the European Union. With more than 26 million unemployed in Europe, our presidency action must focus on creating more jobs, facilitating competitiveness, and fostering growth on the European economy. During our presidency, we will concentrate our efforts to tackling youth unemployment through an effective implementation of the Youth Guarantee, while also investing on education, training and mobility of the labor force. And will support the full implementation of the Youth Employment Initiative in all the member states. We are eager to launch the midterm review in Europe
Europe 2020 strategy for a smart, sustainable and inclusive European economy in order to readdress our action, taking stock of the contribution from various Council formations. The Italian presidency will further facilitate the work on deepening the European Monetary Union along the lines of the four-pillar roadmap outlined in the report of the fourth
Action Plan for the Adriatic and Ionian region, and will contribute on the successful preparation of the action plan for the youth strategy for the Alpine region. If you want to ask some questions, if I can, I will reply. Thank you very much.
To speak after the Italian ambassador was Mr. Dominic Hannigan, President of the Joint Committee on European Union Affairs. Mr. Hannigan spoke about the role of Ireland in the EU and the threat coming from Great Britain of exiting the EU.
This will be the first time since the trauma of the economic crisis that citizens across the Union will have their say in elections to the European institutions. We're keen to explore the impact that a British exit would have on Ireland. We'll investigate the role that Ireland should be playing in this. I think uniquely among EU nations, we understand the mindset of our neighbours, so we need to consider how we can help. I would hope that my committee's work in the area can help to shape the debate from an Irish perspective, both for those of us who live within these shores, but also for our Irish diaspora in the UK, who are likely to have a vote in the forthcoming referendum. As I said, I think our future prosperity is dependent on the outcome of that referendum, and we need to recognise this, and we need to prioritise this as an issue in the coming years. So friends, I hope this has been a useful briefing. I'm conscious of the time. I know what Noel said about keeping to the clock, so I'll conclude there, and I look forward to your thoughts and comments. Thank you very much.